Do Hard Work the Smart Way, written by B.D. Basu, published in the year 2018. We are aware of the old story regarding the race between the hare and the tortoise. We also know how the race has ended and the tortoise became the winner. In our lives, it is the same. If you run pillar to post, work for 24 hours, burn more midnight lamps, and give your best what you can, it is not sure that you will produce the best result, because somewhere you might be missing the proper direction, proper guidance, and smartness involved with all your effort. As per the said story, the hare, as usual, ran fast and crossed almost 3/4 of the ground and almost reached a winning point and went for a fast asleep, thinking that the tortoise can never reach the balanced distance and it will cover up the same. In reality, the tortoise smartly crawled without any stoppage and did not take any rest and reached the winning point and ultimately became the winner. The story interprets that you need to be slow, you need to be smarter, and at the same time, you need to be consistent. In our life game, many of us behave in that fashion. We feel overconfident and then we take competition in a very positive way. We do the work accordingly, but somewhere because of our overconfidence, we miss to fine tune our work activities and ultimately not in a position to accomplish the best result. Some overconfident people are also careless and at times they are lazy. If the hare had not taken the thing for granted, the tortoise could not have beaten him. After this loss, the hare again challenged the tortoise to another race and the tortoise agreed for the same. This time, the hare did not stop at all and ran from the beginning to end without any stoppage. In this process, the hare wins by miles ahead. This interprets that if you are fast and at the same time if you are consistent, you will always beat the slow mover, the slow learner, or a slow decision maker. In short, it is good to be slow, and it is better to be fast and consistent. Finally, the tortoise understood that it cannot beat the hare at any cost. The tortoise thought for a while and decided to again challenge the hare for a race for the third time, but on a slightly different route. The hare agreed. Both they started off in keeping with the self-made commitment to maintaining consistency. The hare took off and ran at top speed until he came to a pond. The end point was visible from that point where the hare reached. The hare sat there and was wondering what is to be done. In the meantime, the tortoise got into the water and swam and then crossed the pond, continued walking and touched the winning line. One needs to identify or recognize his core competency and then change the play field accordingly. We mostly choose either wrong profession or wrong vocation. Then, despite doing hard labor, we do not achieve a good result. Sometimes we fulfill the wishes of our parents, we fulfill the wishes of our elders and accept either the vocation or profession without knowing that the competency as required for the same is not under our disposal. In short, we are not suitable for the particular activity. On the contrary, if you work on the basis of your strength, or if you do any activity based on your ability, you will get more success. After the third race of competition, they become friends because they have understood that both have some lacuna in their lives, and so it is better to have a friendship. They decided to do something jointly and thought how to progress further. They decided to run the race again, but this time as a team. They started off, and this time the hare carried the tortoise on his back and came near to the pond. Then the tortoise took over and swam across with the hare on his back. Then the hare again carried tortoise on his back and reached the opposite of the pond. They become jubilant because they achieved the milestone. If you are not in a position to do any job on your own and continue the same alone, you make an effort to do it collectively, make network, and it may happen that your weaknesses will be covered up by the strengths of another person. You may be excellent, you may be an extraordinary caliber person, but there will be always a situation where you will do poorly and someone else will do very well. If you always accept a theory just on the surface of it, it won't fetch the positive and favorable result. Finally, you have to stop competing against the rival, but you need to start competing against the situation for the better performance. It is preferable to do smart work all the time, of course, with dedication and sincerity. Thank you very much. Now some of the words and their meanings. In our lives, it is the same. If you run pillar to post, work 24 hours, burn more midnight lamps, and give your best what you can, it is not sure that you will produce the best result. Run from pillar to post means move from one place to another. Burn midnight oil means to work late into night. The story interprets that you need to be slow, you need to be smarter, and at the same time you need to be consistent. Interpret means to explain or tell the meaning of. Present in understandable terms. Consistent means always behaving or happening in similar, especially positive way. We mostly choose either wrong profession or wrong vocation. Profession means a job or career with specific skill like doctor, lawyer, etc. Vocation means a job that requires a particular set of skills acquired through experience or through training, but not necessarily dependent on college degree. Without knowing that the competency as required for the same is not under our disposal. At one's disposal means available for one to use whenever or however one wishes. After the third race of competition, they become friends because they have understood that both have some lacuna in their lives. Lacuna means a gap. Then the hare again carried tortoise on his back and reached the opposite of the pond. They become jubilant because they achieved the milestone. Jubilant means feeling great happiness, a significant stage or event.